Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young. This is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level headed, mature fashion. Definitely. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We talk about more also. Bkfc this time, definitely. I got a playlist, as a matter of fact. You can check it out on my channel, a playlist, with Bkfc content, my commentary, analysis. And one of the reasons, just to give you a brief breakdown, one of the reasons why I periodically, incrementally, I'm doing it, slowly but surely, talking about the sport of boxing, BKFC, sorry, is because of the skills and elements that we see of boxing that's incorporated in the sport of BKFC. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I broke it down. I have an introductory type of video, about 19 minutes long, I think approximately. I don't recall clearly, but breaking down the rules and things of that nature of BKFC, the length of the rounds and things of that nature, the squared ring and stuff like that. It's a new sport, but it's growing, man. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I even mentioned that sport's gonna grow, man. It's gonna skyrocket, man, and it's been growing. It's been growing, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly what I thought. And there, considering that it's a new sport, you got former MMA fighters or what have you going into BKFC, pro boxers who don't have maybe lengthy careers in the sport of boxing, in pro boxing at least. You got Reggie Barnett, you got a wealth of fighters there. So as the what I'm trying to say here, as the sport grows, so will the skills evolve in fighters. And it's just beautiful. You see some really good talent there, okay, in the sport. And I want to specifically talk about Lorenzo Hunt, BKFC fighter. Man, if there are new listeners, man, go ahead, just to make this clear and to, express my gratitude to all the subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you, tuning into the lives, comments in the comment sections of the videos. The channel's growing, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all because of you. All because of you, man. And it's just a ball, talking about the sport of boxing, talking about BKFC. It's just fun, I love it. I just really appreciate you all. If there aren't any new listeners, you can go ahead and just hit the subscribe button. It's easy. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit the notification bell so you know when I go live, you know what I'm saying? Hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. Also, those who have been tuning into the premieres of my videos in real time, checking it out, and chatting away with me, being part of the community here at Renee Box Young. And the best part, I keep it clean. Don't even have to worry about, your children watching this, and don't even worry about that. With clean content here, that's what I'm talking about. I don't use vulgar language. The worst word I use is freaking, you know what I'm saying? I keep it clean, man, definitely. For respect of you, and for respect of the sport. I'm not saying that using vulgar language is disrespecting the sport. Of course not, when it comes to combat sports, but I like to bring a professional, an professional approach in how I speak my language, and my output. So Lorenzo Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, BKFC 17, if I remember, just fought, he fought a Dreyer, a fighter named Dreyer. One of the reasons why I want to make this video is this. I am surprised. I cherish Lorenzo Hunt's skills. This guy has amazing skills. You're going to see, mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, how as the sport evolves, the skills will evolve also. I said it a moment ago. And we see this guy. I mean, we're gonna see people jump in the sport. Unfortunately, man, I posted a video some time ago. It was a while ago. It was on Twitter, official BKFC account, what have you, profile. I have all the receipts on my channel. Like I said, I got a playlist on my channel. You can check out the playlist on my channel on BKFC content. In that playlist, you're gonna see a video where supposedly BKFC signs Shannon Briggs. I don't know what's going on there. Whatever, man. Briggs, I don't know if he's old anyway, but it's all good, whatever. But, I don't know what's going on there. But the reason why I talk about this is because we're going to see slowly but surely talent incorporating, getting involved, in the sport of BKFC, and it's going to be beautiful. Lorenzo Hunt is one of those guys. He reminds me to a certain extent. I'm not saying parallel, not close to that. Styles are different. Skills are different. Skill sets are different in fighters. We've got to understand that. No fighter is the same. They may resemble certain fighters when it comes to skills and styles, but they're not the same. No fighter is the same. So when it comes to, but I want to make kind of resemble, like you see in Lorenzo Hunt, man, this guy, kind of like Roy Jones Jr., pro boxer. And you see what he does. He's so skilled that he's in the ring. He doesn't really, I mean, he does at the same time, but a lot of times he has his, like, Roy Jones Jr., when he fought, and I like to mix pro boxing examples. Like I said, I repeat, BKFC incorporates, boxing skills. That's the beauty of this, of this kind of talk, of this kind of discussions and content, we can mix it in. Roy Jones Jr., man, he was so athletic and so skilled that, he wouldn't really, I mean, he would keep his arms up. He would use his gloves for, his arms for defense, keep his guard up, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, sometimes he would keep his arms down because he's so fast and athletic. His head movement. He can read punches from a mile away and counter at such a speed that it would rock his opponents, knock them down or what have you. So, Roy. I'm talking about Roy Jones Jr. When he would fight, he would see his opponents, throw a punch a mile away, move his head or what have you, and counter quick 1-2s, bop bop, lightning fast speed. Lorenzo Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, does something very similar to what Roy Jones would do when he would box. Lorenzo Hunt, man, this guy, he's so skilled or athletic, man. I just can't find the words, man. I mean, he's so fast and skilled that he's 2 steps ahead of his opponents. He knows what kind of punches his opponents are going to throw, and he uses beautiful head movement, and defensive skills. Like I said, it's not always the head movement and upper body movement, but also he uses his hands, to block punches so beautifully on the inside that to such a degree that he counters with such quick combos. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Lorenzo Hunt, he is a force to be reckoned with. This is just beautiful work that he does. He beat Dreyer, no problem. His record, okay, is about, I think it's 6-1. He has 1 loss. I think he lost against Trujillo, depends how you want to pronounce it. Trujillo is how you pronounce it in the Latin, Latin accent, okay? Trujillo, he lost against him, but that's it, you know what I mean? I mean, that's it. He just has 1 loss. I think he was TKO'd in that one. I mean, that's the beauty of this, ladies and gentlemen. That's the beauty of Bkfc. These fights, man, they're matched up with fighters who are game opponents all the time. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, at least. However, as the sport grows, okay, I'm mixing a few points in this. As the sport of Bkfc grows, you're also going to see, and hear rumors of fighters avoiding other fighters. Why do I say this? Because, Lorenzo Hunt was interviewed, after the fight against Dreyer. If I remember correctly, it was a TKO. Man, he knocked that guy down a couple times, man. That guy was just dazed. Dreyer, and that's how Lorenzo Hunt leaves his opponents, ladies and gentlemen. He just dazes them so fast by his speed, his counter punches, he keeps his arms out, and sometimes he just has different skills, and that's what he pointed out in that interview after the fight. After beating Dreyer, impressive victory. He has medals around his neck, which represent, if I remember correctly, the knockouts. Man, he talked about he has several styles. And, sometimes he has his arms open. Sometimes he has his arms low, like Roy Jones Jr., like I was explaining earlier. Just beautiful work, ladies and gentlemen. But what he said is that Mundell doesn't want to fight him, that there are fighters that just don't want to fight. They don't want to step up to the plate against him. You see, so we can't just blame, ladies and gentlemen. The sport of boxing is all ducks and this and that. I mean, it's in all sports, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. And we're going to see it, whether we like it or not, you know what I mean? But I do appreciate and value the beauty of the sport when you see these kinds of fighters coming up and showing out. Lorenzo Hunt is one of them, definitely. Watch out for this guy. Bkfc, it's a new sport, so it probably doesn't hit the numbers that other sports hit. But, as I said, this sport's going to grow. I've said this a long time ago, if I remember correctly. If I think it was in that video that when I was introducing the sport of Bkfc on my channel, I said it's gonna grow, man. This sport's gonna grow. It's action packed. You know, you get action. I don't know too much about the politics when it comes to BKFC, but you got people who you probably don't hear it much, okay? But you got people who, you know, avoid other fighters who, you know what I'm saying? Lorenzo Hunt himself said that Mundell doesn't. He named a few BKFC fighters that don't want to step up to the plate to fight Lorenzo Hunt because they see his skills. So, ladies and gentlemen, the main reason for this video is to exalt Lorenzo Hunt and his abilities and skills in that squared circle. And I gotta repeat this, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out for BKFC, man. Keep an eye out for these fighters because I just covered a post-fight, you know, with Paige. You know what I'm saying? She lost, but it was a great fight, man. Her opponent, I think her name was Hart. Sometimes I forget the names. There's so many names out there. Beautiful fight. Went post-fight reaction on that. You know, spent like more than an hour on that one. You know, speaking about other fights and that, you know, that card. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep an eye out. You got some skilled fighters coming out here in this sport. Lorenzo Hunt is definitely one of them. Beautiful fighter. He's just so skilled. And in the post-fight reaction, you know, and even before, even before, you know, he had an interview, you know, before the fight. This guy's serious, man. Lorenzo Hunt, he loves what he does. You can just tell the fire in his eyes, man. The way he speaks, the way he talks and articulates what he says. He's just about it, man. He's in that squared circle, man. He's just he fought a guy, I forgot the dude's name, man. He fought a guy a couple fights ago. I don't know if it was last fight, but you know, before this one, before the dryer one, but a couple fights ago. Man, the bell rang when they were supposed to break up, right after the 2 minutes, man. The 10-second warning or what have you with the sticks was announced. And man, time, ding, you know, and they were supposed to break up, but these guys kept going at it, man. And I think he almost hit the ref. I think Lorenzo Hunt clocked the ref, man, because the other guy was still going and they wouldn't stop. And my point in this is that, you know, the ref broke him up, but he just stood there. Lorenzo Hunt stood there staring down his opponent. His opponent turned, you know, trying to say, oh, sorry, man, sorry, you know, trying to touch his hand, you know, touch hands. But Lorenzo Hunt was just staring like, you know, I'm ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lorenzo Hunt is a force to be reckoned with, man. If you haven't seen him, that's the cool thing about YouTube. Go watch his fights. Just go to Lorenzo Hunt BKFC fights, something like that. You'll see several of his fights there, man. He's just this guy. Great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, go ahead and share the content, man. BKFC. I also push that content. Obviously, I speak more about, you know, the sport of boxing, but I also got to take time to talk about some BKFC and, you know, exalt these fighters. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I've said it time and time again, man. BKFC, man, it's an intense sport. They don't got gloves. I mean, this just knuckle up, man. Total line and knuckle up. I mean, this, and there is some beautiful boxing elements, you know, and skills, strategies that you see in that squared circle, which is why I like this sport a lot, man. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, great stuff. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature fashion. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Go ahead and like, go ahead and subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what it is, man. Renee Box Young. Stay safe, each and every one of you. Peace out, fam. Thanks so much. I appreciate you.